And we're live. Hey, got to apologize about last week, but hey, we got some women's bank. Yeah, women coming up with their own bank to help women on the show. We have something about the vaccine, some false information been getting out there. And we also have something, one of the first ladies of a tourism agency in Chicago, because that's going to be cool because we're going to have somebody on later on that's going to be involved in tourism. But hey, all that on the show and much, much more when Chicago Talks returns. We'll be right back. Hey, this is AJ Williams, the media guy. Come learn how to financially secure and grow your estate right now and for the future. Tune in every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. to Chicago Talks, the Women's Wellness and Wealth Workshop, live on Facebook, Chicago Talk page. Join the conversation. Present your products and services. Tell your story of wellness and wealth. We are waiting to hear from you. Leave a message on Facebook page, Chicago Talks, or email us at chicago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago 100@gmail.com. Remember, all women, all the time, hashtag shift the spotlight. Well, I want to welcome you back to another edition of Chicago Talks. You're inside the Chicago Talk zone. Apologize for last week. Technical catastrophe. But hey, we made it through it. We here. Don't know who's popping in. You know, my guest host is an open forum. I don't hold anybody hostage. You can come in and you can go out and hey, it's all content, it's all part of the open forum thing. Hey, this is internet. We don't have to do like the networks. You don't have to invite you to the show. You got to stay the whole hour, whole half an hour for the whole show. You come in, talk to who you talk to. Everybody sees your face. You give a spiel. You say what's on your mind, an idea, or a product, a service, and you go. Man, you can come back next week or the week after. It's open forum. That's what it is. And it's Chicago Talks right here from Chicago. Well, hey, these are the times in COVID. They had all the money going out, the PPP money, the EDLI money. Well, hey, I'm kind of slow. Just ran across a story. They got a women's bank ran by women, put together to focus on lending money and having banking services to help women in their business, their home life, but is there a financial institution focused for women and women in their endeavors? Let's listen to that peep of how they putting this together.
With the curriculum. We've got about a 50 module curriculum that we'll be offering through the bank remotely, and someday when we come back to normal, in some cases in person. And that's a really great curriculum. It was built for us by a partner, Accelerated Growth Advisors. They're a phenomenal sort of strategic accounting firm for small businesses. But in addition to that, we're curating, all that is out there from our partners and the ecosystem. And, we will be looking to partner with the Women's Business Development Center, who does a phenomenal job in really supporting women business owners. 10,000 small business, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for cohort, 10,000 small business is, the Goldman Sachs program is fantastic, and we're already partnering with them and working to support what they do. We'll certainly be referring the right organizations from our client base into that program. The SBA runs some great programs, emerging leaders programs, really similar cohort program to Goldman Sachs 10,000 small business, and we'll be referring some of our clients into that. But we have created a partnership with the state. We just unveiled it about a week ago with the Lieutenant Governor, Julia Stratton, In that, we're going to be referring lots of people. We have a high level of awareness of all that they offer. They have tremendous trade resources that most small businesses don't even know about. They have grants that help you go on trade missions and to help you build your international business. They have international trade offices that can be incredibly helpful, and they have an SBDC network. Now that's a whole network of free business counselors that the state of Illinois partners with the federal government to fund. And I had a national vantage point of all the SBDC networks around the country, and the Illinois SBDC network is exceptionally strong. So, and we know that they specialize in different areas. There are different centers that have various specializations. Some are particularly strong in women business, small business government, women.
Well, you get it. They there for the women, and that's kudos. You need to check them out. That Women's Bank. You can go online and look it up. Well, hey, anytime we always advocate if you got some information, you always can drop it you go to our email, SHEcago. That's right. SHEcago 100 at gmail.com. You got some info, you got a story, you got something you like us to take a peek at and broadcast it, highlight it on the show. Hey, it's an open forum. Or you can come on to the show, give me a call, 312-686-4097. I will, you can send me your email, text me your email, or just text me and I can text you the link for that day's show. When we come on every Wednesday. It's a new link, but you text me, hey, AJ, I want to be on the show. Put me in. I'll send you the link by 5:30, 5:20, 5:30, and you can be on the show. And if you got some information, you can put up there. But again, if you're kind of shy, you just want to give us the information and step back, it's no problem. Give it to us, we'll put it on. Of course, this is wellness and wealth. We just don't deal with wealth. We just don't deal with wellness because we look at that. We need to have both of them. And if you got both of them, man, you live in a great life. You might not have $100 million, but if you got 100% wellness going on, man, I don't care how much wealth you have or you don't have, you ahead of the game. So with that, got another story ran across. A doctor out of Chicago is questioning, or she's correcting or addressing a podcaster and his information that he put out about the COVID vaccine. Well, I don't want to tell the story. She could tell it better. So let's listen in on that right quick. All right.
On social media, UIC epidemiologist Katrine Wallace has made it her mission to combat potentially deadly fallacies about COVID-19 vaccines. Here's a little of Wallace in action on TikTok. Let's go. And joining us now is Katrine Wallace, who has a PhD in epidemiology. Dr. Kat, thank you for joining us. As we mentioned, you were one of 270 doctors, public health professionals to send an open letter to Spotify about Joe Rogan's podcast and what he and his guests have been saying about the vaccine. What might people hear on the Rogan podcast that concerns you?
We were very concerned about some of the misinformation that was being spread on his large platform. Some examples would be that young people should not get vaccinated, or that the vaccines cause toxic spike proteins that cause organ damage. Also advocating for the use of ivermectin despite CDC and FDA warnings against its use. So none of those things are are good to be having on a platform streaming to 11 million subscribers.
So Joe Rogan, he posted a message on social media yesterday addressing this controversy. Here's a little bit of what he said.
I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a person who sits down and talks to people and has conversations with them. If there's anything that I've done that I could do better is have more experts with differing opinions right after I have the controversial ones. Again, I'm not trying to promote misinformation. I'm not trying to be controversial.
Dr. Kat Rogan said that he's open to doing more mainstream experts, to booking them on his show, in addition to some of the controversial guests. Is that enough in your eyes?
See, when you have misinformation on a platform of that size, it causes a false balance where it looks like there's two sides to the scientific data, when in actuality, there really is not. The overwhelming evidence is that the vaccines are safe and effective, and they're saving lives during a pandemic.
Well, here I got one of my other Miss Kiela Smith-Upton coming in. Yeah, so she kind of addressed Joe Rogan there and put it out. But again, he said, hey, he just have guests on his show. They talk about it. They put some stuff out. But he also did a disclaimer that probably he needs to put experts on. So when they had that controversial conversation, just throwing dialogue out, it has some substance. So, you know, I guess we won't kill Joe Rogan right now, but hey, that's what's out here. And that was one of our professionals out of Chicago. This is what the women are doing in Chicago, making banks and helping us stay well. Well, we have another story, but hey.
Hey, I missed the conversation about the bank started by women.
Oh yeah, they working on that. I guess it's an old story. I just ran across it. I thought I'd revamp it and put it back out, you know, and for all you women business owners that come on the show, you know, hey.
What's the name of it again?
It's called the Women's Bank.
Oh,
it's here in Illinois. It's like one of the first ones in the nation, you know. I guess you could Google it and you find out, you know. I'm looking into it. Well, I'm a male. I try to go on that since I do women oriented content. Can I get in? They just go, no, Mr. Williams, you're not a woman. I don't feel like wearing a skirt right now, so I ain't gonna get into all of that. So,
okay.
Well, how are you feeling?
I'm awesome, blessed, grateful, and prosperous.
So what's new? But we'll come back to you on. So I know you always got some updates for us on Legal Shield, and so we'll look at this lady that's running the, I guess, Chicago's first tourism office. Let's take a look at. Let's listen in on her clip.
Really excited to be marketing and selling it to the world.
Lynn Osmond is the newly appointed president and CEO of Choose Chicago. She's the first woman to run the city's tourism and convention agency.
How does that make you feel?
I'm very proud of that, and I think there's a real opportunity to provide mentorship to other women who want to go into the convention and tourism industry.
I talked with Osmond at the Chicago Architecture Center. She currently runs that agency.
You need to have businesses to get tourists.
Well, but also what's happening, there's a transformation going on. We're actually seeing a lot more residential units coming downtown.
We told Osmond about our I-Team report in October, where we uncovered a more than 19% vacancy rate on the Mag Mile, a sharp increase from a low vacancy rate in 2019, plus a 26% vacancy rate in the Loop.
I think the narrative has become very negative, and some of the challenges that we had during COVID, and I think we as residents really need to talk, not trash talk the city, and we need to talk positively.
She also says experiential retail, like Starbucks Reserve Chicago Roastery on Michigan Avenue, is the future.
So filling those large spaces with other things that
Right.
may not necessarily be retail.
Exactly, and I think that's the opportunity that we need some creative minds that are looking about.
Osmond also acknowledges that crime is a concern, but she says the city is working to make sure businesses and visitors are safe.
We are really doing a lot in terms of public safety. And the police department, you see them on Innocent Mile, you see them on State Street. So they're there to help us and protect us.
So after 25 years, Osmond will step down from her role as president and CEO of the Chicago Architecture Center. She will then have that same title and same role at Choose Chicago, Chicago's tourism bureau, beginning in May. Jason Knowles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe.
Hey, what you think about that?
I have a lot of thoughts because it's an old video before the happening at the Bean recently downtown. I'm sure you know about.
Oh yeah, the Great Bean. Actually, I did a little security for the contract company. I walked around that Bean, and the water thing would changes the faces. I worked there a couple of weeks and got the heck out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool installation, a public art installation, but I'm just referring more so to people's perceptions of Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I gave y'all that perception. I talked the other week about around the world. Everybody thought when I say Chicago, they go, bang bang, El Capone.
Yeah. Oh, now they go bang bang. Oh yeah, I hear y'all. Look, even a friend of mine, she left Chicago. She closed her business down. She moved to Ethiopia, not because she didn't like Chicago, just because it's always been on her heart to do that. She taught school there. She's still teaching. She got married. She had a child. She would come back twice a year because she had sons here, and she's now finally, her husband got the authorization to be able to come to the state. So they're coming back. But her first question to me, she hit me on WhatsApp and she said, boy's father says she should be careful because there's a lot of shootings going on in Chicago. And I forget if she mentioned carjackings or not, but this woman has actually lived here as well as lived in Evanston, but also lived in the city. And she was asking me like from a place of fear. She knows what Chicago was like. We all know what Chicago's like, but she didn't even trust it anymore after 3 years. Because like what the media does and what we experience as residents is different.
Oh, well, I got the same experience from a neighbor of mine. We moved in the neighborhood back in '69. He stayed around the family stayed around to like 75, and he left to California. I think he came back one time. He got stuck up and robbed on where we lived at on 103rd Street by some gangbangers. But it was so crazy. The gangbangers that the crew that was running, it was his cousin. When he ain't here, that was his cousin. I was like, man, your cousin run up down and he runs with them dudes robbing people. So I was like, and this guy I think he came back, that was maybe just before 1980. He has not been back. If he came back, he came into the city for a big convention because he's an eye surgeon. As a matter of fact, I ran into somebody in the VA, and I was telling the lady that she looks like his mother, and she said, and I told him the name. She said, "Yeah, I know that gentleman. I saw him at a convention and blah blah blah." I was like, "Boy, ain't this a small world?" But yeah, that guy got stuck up, and probably his own cousin was in the crew, and he like, "Man, F Chicago, I ain't never coming back," and that was a man.
Well, and I think too, when you leave Chicago, a few things happen from what I've seen from people I know who've left Chicago. There's an ease of mind, of body, of living that is different than when we're here, because when you're born and raised here in particular, but once you've been here long enough and you know there's a certain way you have to carry yourself in Chicago. There's a certain street sense you have about yourself where you're not a mark, or you're not, kind of targeted. And when you leave and you're gone and you forget that, unfortunately, in these major urban cities, the normalizing of living that way doesn't have to be. And you go somewhere, maybe you go to North Carolina, maybe, smaller town or a different place, and you don't have to have that awareness in the same way. You come back to Chicago, you forget. And or your mannerisms aren't the same way. Because I went to Oklahoma City for a convention, legal show convention, actually. And because I love the gardens, the Botanic Garden was walking distance. They were like showing me pictures of the tulips. I said, I gotta go see that for myself. So I walked down, saw them all, just was in love, right? Saw all the different, they had vegetables growing. It was like heaven for me. As I'm walking back, because I feel confident in any city, because I think partly because I'm from Chicago, but this guy was on the corner begging for money as people crossed the street. But he was literally like standing at where there's a, what do you call it, stoplight. So I crossed the street. I heard him talking to some other people. I just ignored him. I kept going. And I cut across diagonal through an empty, well, it was a parking lot, only had like one car in it. And there weren't that many people around, but it was wide open. So it wasn't like I was in a secluded place. So I just started walking, but my spidey sense, my Chicago sense was like, brother's following you. So I turned around and I said, I told you, I don't have anything for you. Kept walking. And I felt him again. I thought I heard him. So I turned around again. You know what I said? Listen, I'm from Chicago. I don't play that. You need to leave me alone. He stopped and he walked away. And I was like, wow. I think we take for granted that we kind of do normalize some things here in Chicago that are not healthy and that are not normal for everybody in every city around this country.
But it helps in situations.
It does, and it's necessary in Chicago and in some situations, but it creates a mindset, it creates emotions, it
makes you a soldier, Kiela. That's all. You're a soldier.
Nah, it makes you more than that. Soldiers have PTSD. Soldiers have issues.
Well, they do, but it makes you a soldier.
But what I'm saying is, it's not something for us to hold up and say, "Oh, I got the badge now because I can handle it." I don't aspire to do that. I aspire to have peace in my mind.
They made a book, The Red Badge of Courage. This is our badge, Chicago Badge of Courage.
But we have choices too. And all I was getting at is like your cousin or your friend or whoever, or somebody else, or my friend, for example, who's reaching out to me. And I thought it was weird. I'm like, why is she asking me? She knows how Chicago is.
Right.
Oh, it's different. It hasn't changed in 3 years.
And you know what? You could go to all those different places across the world, around the world. They got those neighborhoods that you need your Chicago Badge of Courage. They got the same neighborhoods that everybody's polite and smiling and this and that. But they got, when you go down the off trail, as they say, off trail to go get the good burritos and the real tacos and the real soul food to get the essence of where you at instead of the commercial stuff. You have to have that Chicago Badge of Courage, like, FBI, step back.
Speaking of the real soul food, ask me where I ate this last week.
Oh, soul vegetarian?
I do eat fish. I am a connoisseur of Salmon
seafood.
croquettes. I love salmon croquettes.
Salmon croquettes. Yeah, I haven't had none of those hot sauce in a while. Where did you eat?
I had them at 2 different places within the last week.
Oh wow, you just been splurging.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, went to breakfast with a couple different folks over the past week.
That's
and
what happened when you have breakfast meetings. Hey.
Both places I ordered salmon croquettes because I love them.
Love them. There we go.
Man.
Here we go. A Southern girl in Chicago,
huh? I make them too, but.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh. It's easier when I can find a place that makes them good and I have to do it.
Well, when we have one of our SHEcago Talks big gatherings, you're gonna have to might have to put you to the have you order you up being the chef or the
I don't know about all that.
All that you're gonna be the caterer
in my kitchen.
Oh, we'll come to the kitchen and sit down. We get 50 of us in there, just some long chairs. We'll sit down and taste your croquettes. Well, that's what May Beth said she's gonna do. We're gonna have something out there. We're gonna get together all my SHEcago Talk guest hosts that been on through the months, and give you something back for making my show have content.
That would be wonderful. And then so she's gonna host something at her house?
Yeah, she's going when something, May Beth is all over the place. So, she's used to dealing with aristocrats and all the royalty.
She has a big house too, doesn't
it?
Yeah, I don't have a big house, but I got a nice yard that I love. So
we won't stomp the grass down too much, So, but
wait. You ain't getting off that easy. What about you? Do you cook?
Oh, no, I don't cook. Okay. I don't cook. That's why I was a cop and a soldier. I'm like Dirty Harry. I just come to dinner. That's it, and I leave. I leave a tip, though. I don't mind tipping, So
I'll remember to have my jar out.
Oh, yeah. Or I can always, I always
tell me.
Cash app or
cash
something.
App me, yeah.
So what's new in the legal shield round? What's going on?
What's new in the legal shield round?
Well, give us a tip of the day for legal shield. Let me put your number up there too.
Here's a tip. I called. Because of oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna give you a tip and then I'm gonna give you a news update that was really shocking last night. I mean, it's a good thing, but it was just I feel some kind of way about it.
Okay.
I spoke to an attorney at my law firm today because I have an outstanding debt that was a joint debt that the other party didn't make good on. So now it's in my lap. And I am because it's been a few years and I want to negotiate it. The attorney was advising me on some options of talking to, they are going to write me a letter once I decide how I want to proceed, to do either a lump sum, smaller payment than what I owe, or multiple payments, multiple payments. In exchange, we're also going to ask for deletion of the line item rather than just payment in full, like for it to just go away off the credit report. And we'll see. And she told me a few different things that just to think about and that I need to make decisions about. And she also made a comment, what is the lowest amount they have offered you to pay the debt off? Like, how when you owe a debt, they keep sending you letters and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll send you options.
Yeah.
She said, go through those and look through them and see what's the lowest one. Because I told her, I said, I want to pay as little as possible because they've already written it off. So whatever they get is gravy, right? So she advised me kind of how to be strategic about what I offer. And then to let her know, she'll write them a letter to make my offer. So I'm actually, as strange as it sounds, I'm excited about it.
Excited.
I'll be so glad to get it.
You're
resolved.
excited to have some trouble.
But
But
he
that legal shit.
well, I've been had the trouble, so I'm excited to make it go away.
Wait,
But here's
okay.
the other two things she mentioned to me, which didn't occur to me at all. She said the original institution, who we had the debt with, which we were paying on time and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've got it on my credit report, right? As
Mhm.
I owe whatever, but that they've charged it off or however they list it.
Right.
Then once they sell it to another agency,
That's right.
collection agency, and that agency is not successful collecting it, you'll see sometimes the name will change, right? So they'll
Right.
sell it to another agency. What she said is, so I'm on the second or third agency at this point. She said the agency it's with right now is who they're going to write the letter to, because that's the only person I can negotiate. She said, but what you have to know is look at your credit report to see if any of the previous ones have listed it as well, because even if you negotiate with the current one, the other ones are not, and the original creditor are not obligated to update it. So once we get everything negotiated with the current creditor, get it resolved, then she'll have to go back as well and update for me by sending a letter to the credit bureaus to make sure those are corrected, because sometimes people miss that piece.
Yeah.
And this is what I confirmed with her, because I heard it before and I confirmed, but I thought it was over. Because of COVID, you can order your credit report every week. Because, can you turn that off, please? Because there was so much, there's been such a huge increase in fraud because of COVID and identity theft, that the government, I guess, authorized that any U.S. citizen can order from all three credit bureaus every single week if you desire, for free.
Wow.
So I was like, that's cool, because it helps you know if you only check once a year, a lot can happen in a year on your credit.
Yeah.
So that was to me a great thing to learn about today. So that's what I like about. So I talked with the attorney who's going to assist me with that, because attorneys can help you fixing things that are wrong on your credit report, because they know the law too.
Mm-hmm.
They can even write dispute letters. They can do all kinds of things with the Legal Show membership, and I'm not getting a bill in the mail. That's what I love.
Well, hey, there you go. And that's Miss Kiela Smith, 312-880-7744, Legal Shield. She just gave you an update. Her Legal Shield corner. Yes.
And here's the other update. Our current CEO, Jeff Bell, God bless him, he has brought us into the 21st century. He has grown the company leaps and bounds technologically and on so many levels. He met the founder of the company before he passed and really worked to keep the heart of the mission of the company intact. He is retiring.
Oh, he met Mr. Stone Cipher, right?
He did. He spent a lot of time with Mr. Stone Cipher, learning and listening, so he could lead the company with as much as he could to carry forward Mr. Stone Cipher's legacy. But he's not retiring to move on to another company. That's the thing. So I just, send him lots of love and support and caring. He publicly announced that he's dealing with some health issues himself. And both of his parents are aging and having, I guess, dementia, or, he didn't, those sorts. And that's a lot. I have a parent dealing with that. And
hey,
and it's a lot.
After the show, I got mother duty to do. I'll be there all night. It's my night tonight.
Well, fortunately, my mother can still drive. She just can't remember. She asked you the same question 5 times.
I can do that as long as she can drive.
She can drive.
My mother don't want to drive nothing.
Yeah, my mother can do a lot of stuff, and I love her, and she's doing good, everything considered. But so apparently, that was like big news last night. I was really sad to hear that, but they're going to really do a bang up job to find somebody to fill his shoes.
Well, maybe they ask you.
I am not interested in that job.
That's usually the ones that get asked. Getting approached.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
That is the story of my life.
See, humor me.
My neighbor across the street, I was talking about us having I wanted to do a garage sale, but I'm thinking we need more than just my garage. People ain't gonna come just for one garage. I'm like, why don't we do the whole block? Everybody get their stuff out. We put everything out in front. We all have a yard sale. He's like, okay, tell me when, President. I was like,
Yes,
I didn't ask for that job.
Yes, you said it. You president it.
But no, this is what I mean by that. Yes, this is what
I know you said it. You're the president of it. Let's go.
At my son's former school, Village Leadership Academy, we were starting a parent leadership council, and we were voting on who would be best for the different roles. Do you know they voted me president? I didn't even vote for myself.
I already know, Kiela.
I didn't even vote for myself. I'm like, how does that happen?
Kiela, when they hear you speak, it's hey, Kiela can handle it. I know she's gonna do a great job. I can sleep at night because Kiela Upton is on it.
That's a heavy load though, and sometimes I'm gonna take my cape and I'm gonna lose it, and I'm gonna rip it up and I'm gonna burn it.
No. I just like I was
disappear to Jamaica next month.
No, I was this is an old show I was listening to. Lavelle Crawford, the big comedian, and he was pointing out the view how the other communities, how they don't address Obama as Mr. President.
Right.
They call him Mr. Obama. They still call him Mr. Obama. So this one lady in the thing was like, well, yeah, this is when I think the big oil spill was going on and this. And so she said, what are you going to do about the oil spill? What are you going to do about inflation? What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this? And so, you know how Obama's always smooth talking and this and that. But then I guess he got out of character and said, you know what? All right, I'm going to pull my cape out, put it on. I'm going to go fly and go down to the bottom of the sea, get all that GD oil out, and I'm going to come up and we all going to have GD jobs. How about that? And the lady
I love it.
Mr. President, Mr. Obama. Yeah, I'm Superman. Now, you didn't ask the other president all that, but I got to do all that. What you going to do about the oil spill? Yeah, I'm going to go clean it up right now.
But you know what? Some of that comes from too, not only because they try to hold us to a higher standard than they hold to themselves because they think somehow it might knock us out the game. But the truth of the matter is we're the reason they're still living. We're the reason they made it through slavery, even though we were the subjects of the oppression. We built the houses, we cooked the food, we tended to the fields, we took care and nursed their babies. We did everything so they could live, and they know that we're capable of anything. And despite the fact of the brutality and the reality, they live in an illusion. They live in an illusion. Our ancestors were the brick masons. Our ancestors were the blacksmiths. Our ancestors were the geologists, the astrophysicists, the scientists, the teachers, the educated ones, the princes.
And you know what's so, I can't lack of a big word. I don't have a big vocal view, but I notice in these end times, all this is coming out. You see every day on Facebook, you got guys I didn't even think made this, made that. Oh yeah, I'm like, what is it that we didn't make?
Exactly.
What is it we didn't make? Well, we did not make human society. We didn't make human nature. God did it. Other than that, I guess we did it.
But we made humanity. I mean, there are white scientists who will tell you the oldest living human remains was what they call Lucy in East Africa.
Yeah, Lucy, yeah.
In East Africa,
that's
reality.
That was east of the garden, I guess. Hey, it's and as we talking about it, somebody gonna post something on Facebook. I'll see it tonight while I'm scrolling through at my mom's house. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's wild. Well, we could talk forever, but I know you got a whole lot of other things.
You know,
I appreciate you popping on.
I'm always grateful when I can make it to talk with you and share something new.
Well, you make me feel happy, like I'm really doing something important.
Can
I'm
I
just
share?
I'm just a guy.
Can I share something?
You can always share something.
I want to invite all those who are especially in the greater South Shore area this Saturday, and you yourself included, even though I know you're in Pullman, but we welcome you too. There is the South Shore Summit in person happening again after COVID, since COVID. It's this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1:30. There'll be health and wellness workshops. There'll be resource tables. I'll be there with Artists Design the Future. We'll have, there's supposed to be some dignitaries and folks
Did
there.
you send me a flyer on that?
I may have.
I can't remember.
I haven't kept up well with getting it out, but I'm still sharing it. So I will. If I haven't, I can.
And you don't have a flyer with you tonight, right?
To show on the screen?
Yeah. Did you,
Hold on,
have it on your computer somewhere you can share your screen and pop it up there?
If you just give me a moment. Sure. Because I got the First Women's Bank up here. Let me. I'll just show it from Facebook if that's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because there should actually. Why don't I share it from Eventbrite? Because there's a link to. There's going to be free breakfast and coffee for people who attend. If folks are wanting to get vaccinated, that'll be there. There'll be a lot of stuff. Okay.
And we still need that. I still haven't really offline sat down with you to, when you moving and grooving so much, I might have to.
It's hard to catch me, right?
I might have to stalk you out and catch you going to the car and throw a net on
you. You're funny. Okay, can I show my screen? Share it. I mean, do I just put share? Share screen. Okay, share screen. Select window, entire screen. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. You see it?
Yep, I'm about to put it up. Yep.
Okay, the one that says Shore, you're right?
Yep.
Yep, South Shore Solutions by South Shore Residents. And it's Saturday, May 21st at Adam Clayton Powell School on South Shore Drive at 75th Street. Free parking right across the street at the old school. So you can just I'll put the link. Let me put the link. It will after I stop sharing screen, I'll put it in there so you can share.
I'm gonna let them read it though.
Okay.
So so they can see it.
It's hosted by South Shore Works and the collaborative organizations of South Shore Works. It's free, y'all. It's free.
South Shore Solutions by South Shore Residents. Saturday, May 21st, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yes.
Adam Clayton Powell Academy, 7511 South Shore Drive.
Yep. Free parking, free food, free lots of stuff, and great information and resources. Here we go, right here. Continental breakfast, gourmet coffee. And there's been a lot of updates. I don't think this is the most current flyer.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be lovely. You want me to stop sharing?
Oh, you said you want to put the link up, right?
Yeah, I think I have to stop sharing to do that. I can only send it to you here, and then you can copy it. See it in the private chat thing?
Oh, you put it in the private chat.
It won't let you post in the comments.
It won't let you post in the comments?
No, as a guest, I can't post in the comments. I don't know why.
You can't post nowhere in the comments?
Not in StreamYard, only if I was on Facebook.
No, you should be able to send me something in the chat.
Yeah, I did. I sent it. It's called a private chat. It said. That's how I sent it to you. Is this streaming on, where is this streaming? On Facebook or?
I got it on Facebook, on 2 Facebook pages and 1 YouTube page.
Okay. Because I'll go there now and see.
Oh, there go my private chat. You sent it. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. So I should be able to Oh, wait a minute. We back on. I should be able to. I was trying to put it on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually I can hit it and it would go on the page. So let me see. Go back to my private chat. I don't know. I don't know why wouldn't it show up. Usually, you just click on it and go to the go up here on the screen. Oh, it's not doing it.
You copied and pasted it.
I'm gonna try that. That's what I do.
I like to think I'm a tech person enough until I can't figure it out. Then I realize that there's a lot of them all. Now you just posted it back to me.
Oh, I'm trying to.
You want to click on the right where it says comments.
Well, no, I had to hit on private chat.
Yeah, that only goes to me.
It was a pull, but I'm supposed to be able to put. It's supposed to be able to.
You're supposed to be able to put it in. Yeah. As
I don't know what's going on. It ain't showing up. It's supposed. Yeah, because somebody. Yeah, send me something. I should be able to. Like if you send a message, I'm supposed to be able to post your message.
Right, so that it shows up in the live stream. Yeah.
What's going on?
But on the private, you see where you click private chat on the right side, it says comments. For me, if you click comments, I think that's where you put it. I can't.
When I put it in, there, I should be able to. It should be able to post.
Yeah, when you put it in comments, it does because I've done that before. But listen, hopefully you can figure it out. I'm gonna have to jump off. Hope y'all can join. Even if you can't register through the Eventbrite, just come. There we go. It says live viewer comments show up on streaming. So you got to click on it, paste the link. But see, the link is so long, people aren't going to be able to.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they can. You know what? Once y'all see the link, when he makes, then you could just pause so that you can do it. And then also, it'll probably post into the comments if you do that again that way. I love this platform once you figure out how to use it.
Yeah, I'm not really a tech guy.
All right, well, listen. Thanks for empowering the women. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, and thank you for coming in. I appreciate you.
All right. Talk to you.
All right. See you later. And hey, folks, whoever watched, I'm thankful that y'all watched. Well, that was our show for today. And we will be back next week. And, as always, if you have some information, you got a story you want to tell, send me that, 312-686-4097. Email me, SHEcago, that's right, SHEcago, SHEcago 100 at gmail.com. And, I will post it up, whatever you got, the information. But other than that, I will see you next week. Hey, this is AJ Williams, the media guy. Come learn how to financially secure and grow your estate right now and for the future. Tune in every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. to SHEcago Talks, the Women's Wellness and Wealth Workshop, live on Facebook, SHEcago Talk page. Join the conversation. Present your products and services. Tell your story of wellness and wealth. We are waiting to hear from you. Leave a message on Facebook page, SHEcago Talks, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago 100@gmail.com. Remember, all women, all the time, #shift the spotlight.